A fool gives his full vent to anger, but a wise man keeps himself under control. Proverbs 29-11. Becoming a wiser person and controlling my anger has always been a rough task for me. Having wisdom is having common sense, control, and intelligence over particular situations in my life. Becoming a better person and becoming a wiser person has been my ultimate goal. Not only would I have the support from my family, but I would also have the self-content with myself and have the confidence in the choices I make on a daily basis. The Pentagon represents the ideas of intelligence, enlightenment, and the universal understanding of all others' beliefs. The first step of achieving individual wisdom is having common sense. Common sense is the act of having good judgment with practical matters around you. In order to have common sense, you have to live and learn from your mistakes and move on. Most people start understanding the concept of common sense at a young age because at that time we are still learning about the environment around us. When my dad was around, he would teach me right from wrong and wrong from right. It wasn't anything special, he was just teaching me the good things that come out of life. After he left my mom and I was confused as to if he was trying to make a statement or if it was just a mental phase. When my confusion soon turned to anger, it constantly bothered me how someone could just walk out of one person's life. My mom always told me to never dwell on people that enter and re-enter your life because then you would be wasting your time. It was difficult accepting the fact that someone so close to me could just leave with no remorse. With a lot of anger being bottled up, all I could do was just take it out on other people. It wasn't the fact that I was mad at them for any reason, I was just mad at someone else, and I had the habit of taking it out on other people. I think that the patience I had for certain people reached an all-time low, and if things were done a certain way, then I would react on the spot and get angry. That's when I started losing my common sense on my life. My judgment on life was blowing up in my face, and it showed. Luckily, I stayed on the right track, and I became a positive person. Obviously, I'm not perfect or super nice to everyone, but now I don't have the intention to be mad at someone for no given reason. My practical judgment has improved since then, but I'm not at the level that I would like to be on. The arrow symbolizes the flow of control. A long pointed arrow stands for connected flow that ties everything together. Having control is the second step in achieving individual wisdom. Being completely in charge of your decisions and your actions. Being at an age where you have to balance school, a social life, and sports is hard for everyone. For me, everything has to be precise and organized, otherwise there's no point in doing it. I always have short patience with people that act unorganized or people that seem annoying at the moment. Sometimes I feel annoyed with myself because I can't control unnecessary anger. Becoming someone that can think through their choices and their actions is an individual goal that I'm trying to battle. Being a person that is easily annoyed with anyone and anything isn't fun, and it's not fun to be around. That's why being a positive person is key to living a successful life. You can't be happily content with yourself if all you do is hold random grudges over people and degrade them. It's just a fact. Over the years, not having control and discipline over my actions became a habit. I figured out a few years ago that the only person that can save myself from not becoming a full great bitch is myself. Learning how to control yourself in times when it's hard is a task we ourselves are going to have to face, not handing it off to our parents. Not having control goes back to not having common sense. Instead of using my head and thinking through situations, I would usually screw myself over right on the spot. At a young age, controlling my temper was always at the back of my head. Having family members abandon you left and right wasn't easy to deal with, but now at this age, it's not an excuse to argue with. Using my dad as an excuse for my anger has been the case for many years. Not having someone to look up to, not having guidance from a real father figure, those have just all been excuses. Using the parent card isn't going to sell it on college applications, but my perseverance and hard work will. Being your own guidance counselor isn't easy, but the positive progression at the end shows. I don't ask for much help or rely on people because I'm used to taking care of things by myself. I always feel like people are just going to drop out and leave, so I don't really depend on people to come through for me. When learning lessons, I feel that I'm more productive and at use when alone. Depending and trusting people just isn't my thing. And if I don't think that I can make something perfect from my own hands, what gives me the right to trust that you can do the same thing? In my view, handling things diligently and in order is the right thing. I don't want people to automatically think I don't trust them. I just like handling problems on my own because I'm used to it. The torch is passed on through ancestors, grandparents, and parents. Early humans made fire, and from there we as a nation have built upon a fire of knowledge and have passed it down on our family lines. The third step to achieving individual wisdom is intelligence. Intelligence is the act of applying knowledge or skill to a particular item or subject. Everyone is intelligent in their own way. It just depends on how they use it and if they use it appropriately. I've always made good grades and I've always had a high GPA, but is it really worth it? Making grades just to pass another year and another year to attend penitentiary doesn't sound amusing. Just the thought of spending another year with Rita and her henchmen make me sick. My work ethic and motivation are low when it comes to school activities because I know it's all going to go to waste. Ask a freshman in college how freshman year economics and geography benefits their college classes and their courses. They don't. I'm very strict on getting my work done in a precise order, but if I know that the work will go to waste, why waste my time? The intelligence is there for me, but the mindset of someone intelligent isn't. Someone who is intelligent plans out what they must do and when they do it, while a procrastinator like me waits until an opportunity comes. I think that if I maintain a constant work rate with what I do, my confidence will progress and I will actually find enjoyment out of the things I do. No one is perfect, nor will anyone will ever be. But striving to be the best person I can be is a personal goal that will take time. Finding individual wisdom and being self-content is a branch that starts a new life and a new person. And I think that with time and patience, anything is possible. Using alibis and distractions to avoid my future aren't acceptable anymore. It's time to grow up and face life as mature as possible because you never know what can be taken.